Hey there Guardians, and welcome to my very first Destiny 2 video. Today we're going to be discussing the Ultimate Void Hunter build. If you're looking to solo Flawless a dungeon, or even do some master raids with your friends, look no further because this build has it all. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. First things first, at the core of this build is going to be Gyrfalcons, and in order for this build to work, you need a void weapon. You can use Hollow Denial like I do, or you can use an SMG, a fusion, or even a grenade launcher. I'll put some suggestions on the screen. The way Gyrfalcons works is, after you leave Invis, you'll gain volatile rounds. And this creates the perfect synergy when you use Stylish Executioner, because when you make an enemy volatile, weakened, or suppressed, you go Invis after defeating them. This creates the perfect gameplay loop, enabling you to spam Invis whenever you need to. Now let's get into the aspects, fragments, and mods I use. The other aspect I use is Vanishing Step. This is the easiest way to start that volatile Invis gameplay loop. The first fragment I use is Echo of Obscurity, because sometimes you might not have your dodge, you might not have a smoke bomb, and you might not have a nade, so you have no way of debuffing an enemy to proc your Invis to get volatile rounds. So this is an easy way to start that gameplay loop. You can finish an enemy, go Invis, and so on and so forth. And to further add on to that, in our class item, which I'll show you in the future, we have a couple mods on there that synergize with this finisher. The second fragment I use is Echo of Expulsion. The reason I use this one is because it helps with general AoE. When I get a grenade kill, the enemies explode. Or if enemies are tethered, and I kill those enemies that are tethered, they'll also explode. Now onto the third and my favorite fragment, Echo of Domineering. After suppressing a target, you gain greatly increased mobility, and your equipped weapon is reloaded. This has great synergy with Two-Tailed Fox, because the first rocket from Two-Tailed Fox actually suppresses an enemy, so it reloads itself when it hits its target, which enables you to pump out some crazy burst damage. Another important part of Echo of Domineering is that defeating a suppressed target creates a void breach, which is going to be important for proccing Devour, which brings me to the last fragment we're going to be using, which is Echo of Starvation. Picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power grants you Devour. Devour is basically a buff where every time you get a kill, you get a chunk of health. And you can enable that by picking up that Void Breach, which came from Echo of Domineering, or simply picking up an Orb of Power. Now onto mods. Starting with Helmet, I use Heavy Ammo Finder and Void Siphon, so I can get some orbs when I get kills with my Void weapon. And on my arms, I use Firepower, Bolstering Detonation, and Shield Break Charge. When I get a kill with my nade from Firepower, I get an Orb of Light, and if I break a Void Shield with my Void weapon, I'll get an Orb of Light. And Bolstering Detonation will give me class ability energy when I get damage with my grenade. And on my chest piece, I use Charged Up, Harmonic Reserves, and Harmonic Resistance. And now onto my legs, I use Harmonic Scavenger, and I use Stacks on Stacks. So when I pick up one Orb of Power, I get 2 armor charges. Now finally on my cloak, I use Special Finisher, Proximity Ward, and Reaper. Now Proximity Ward will give me a powerful overshield when I finish an enemy, and if I have 3 armor charges if I finish an enemy, I'll get Special from Special Finisher. This has great synergy with Echo of Obscurity, because I'll gain overshield, special ammo, and I'll go Invis. And Reaper is also great, because when I dodge, I'll go Invis, and if I get a kill after I dodge, I'll be granted an Orb of Power. And with this specific loadout, the Riptide with Chill Clip, and my Hollow Denial, since it's void and it can get volatile rounds, I can stun every champion. With my Riptide, with Chill Clip, I can stun overloads by slowing them with one shot, and with Unstops, I can freeze them and then shatter them, and that will stun Unstops. And then with my Hollow Denial, volatile rounds will pop a barrier. Now the reason I use Hollow Denial is because it's craftable, and it can get lead from gold, and Repulsor Brace. Now I'm sure you've noticed every single time I've gotten a kill while an enemy is debuffed, I've been getting Overshield, and that's thanks to Repulsor Brace. And this has perfect synergy with the whole build because when I get out of Invis, I'll be making enemies volatile, and those volatile enemies will be giving me Repulsor Brace, which grants me Overshield. And if I pick up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power, I'll be getting Devour. So after every kill, I'll be getting health, Overshield, going Invis, and further continuing that gameplay loop. I basically have 100% uptime on Overshield, health regeneration, Invis, and volatile rounds. Now there's many weapons you can get that have Repulsor Brace on it, but the 4 ones I thought of were the Title, Unforgiven, Harsh Language, and Velez. The Title's an SMG that drops during Guardian games, and it's a perfect time to go get it, because it's a curated role. So you'll get Repulsor Brace and Heaviest Assassin. The Unforgiven is another great one to get because it's farmable when the dungeon duality is the weekly dungeon. Harsh Language is a super hard one to get because you can't farm it. It drops from a legendary engram, it's random. And the Velez is also an easy one to get. You can go buy that at the Exotic Archive at the tower. It'll be under Legacy Gear. And that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you for making it this far. And if you enjoyed it or found this video to be helpful, please like and subscribe for more content like this. If you have any feedback, suggestions, or ideas for future videos, feel free to leave a comment down below. See you guys in the next one. Peace.